Welcome to the Black Lion Podcast. We are your hosts, Lex and Dom. And today we have a special guest. Special guest, can you please introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Catherine. I'm the owner of Christian Love Boutique.
How are you today?
Well, it's a heavy day for me. My son was a victim of gun violence. So yesterday was his second year memorial. So my son, the boutique is it's named after him. Christian. Christian Love Boutique. I needed something to do something to keep his name alive. And that was the first thing that came to mind was a boutique. So it's Christian Love Boutique, and it's to keep his name in memory alive, because if somebody's shopping or buying and or you're posting, you're saying Christian Love Boutique, then Christian's name is kept alive. So that's my boutique, and that's the story behind it. And with it, because I like fashion, I like clothes. I've always been like what you consider a fashionista, always had style, always been one to, people call me, what should I wear with this? What can I do with this? Can you help me find this? Can you help me find that? So I put my energy into helping dress other women, and you'll find on Instagram at Christian Love Boutique, Google Christian Love Boutique, Facebook. I don't do as much Facebook, but I'm going to start doing more. But you'll find there, and you'll find that I have, fashionable clothing, the fit, I have different ranges of styles, like some casual, some dressy. But if you want a unique look, you definitely will find it on Christian Love Boutique. I have beautiful pieces, and they're very original.
What made you start the company?
It was, like I said, it was based on, I needed something to keep my son's name alive. So I just jumped right in and said, you know what, I'm just going to do a boutique, and I just went from there.
And and your company been around as long as your son been on deceased?
It actually started September of 2000. He was deceased. He was deceased in March 30th of 2019. It's just it took me for a year to get myself together. It took me a year to get back to work. I mean, people have our people have a stigma thinking that therapy is not something you want to do, or therapy means you're crazy. But no, I'm still in therapy today, once a week. I did therapy, I went to see doctors. It took a lot to get me to the point of living again. Because as a mother, you never understand what that feels like until you actually experience. And it's like it takes a piece of your soul. Like as a mother, it takes a piece of your soul. When you have a child, that child is attached to your soul from your womb. And when you lose that child, you actually feel like a part of you is dying inside. And I had to find a way to keep living, and this was my way of doing it. I mean, it gave me something to look forward to doing, to motivate me each day to, okay, I want to keep his name alive with the boutique, and that gave me something to go with it. It really, how can I put it? I just say gave me something to focus on, something to give me a reason to keep doing something each day. So yes, that's the reason behind my business.
Do you have employees?
No, it's just me, myself.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, you go ahead.
And I'm saying I'm still, I'm still small. I'm just starting. I still September, but I find myself growing. I'm growing, and I'm getting more recognition, more acknowledgement. And as it goes along, I can see it. I can see it going a long way, because for me starting off September, I'm, my name is starting to pick up. People are, starting to reach out to me. So it is. It's building.
What goals do you have for yourself and your business for 2021?
Well, of course, I wanted to grow. I want to go mainstream. I wanted to grow. I wanted um, to be, of course, the name to, reach out. I want, of course, recognition, and of course, to grow revenue. But most, when you start off a business, you're putting into it, you're investing into it. So you don't really see as much profit in the very beginning. But I wanted to grow. I wanted to go mainstream, whereas though I have, inventory going out, thousands of inventory going out each day. I wanted to get into, like the big stream, the big guys, like you see, like Fashion Nova, Pretty Little Things. They're doing huge numbers, and I see some of the stuff that they have, but they're doing huge numbers on it, a huge inventory on it, because they have a wider fan base. So I just want to build my fan base.
And you said you on Facebook and you have a website, correct?
Yeah, but I'm on Instagram. I'm not on I have Facebook, but I haven't really been promoting it on Facebook. I promote it more on Instagram because it's like easier to promote on Instagram. Facebook, I haven't really figured it out, because before that I wasn't really a social media person. So it was like to get into the posting and the politics of social media, and I had to learn all that. Like I never had my own page. I had a page for my daughter because she's a model actress. She's been doing it since 6 months. So I was like her mom manager. So I'm like, doing this, as well as keeping a full-time job at the same time. So it's like managing a lot, but that's what we got to do until we can get to where we want to be,
How was your daughter affected?
She's it took a hard toll on her. Like it's still like real growing. I mean, for a while she held it in, and then after that she became angry, and then she became angry at me, and then it's like, so she became redundant. She's in therapy today. She actually has a therapy session today. So we've been, working through it, because like it's a therapy, people don't realize it. But sometimes because after a while, people get tired of listening to you. They think that people think that grieving is like a 2-3 month time period. And after that, they don't really care to hear it. They don't think that you still need to talk. You still need to express these feelings that you're feeling inside. But no, you actually need to express it. You need to talk about it every day. You need to grieve. You need to take a moment to grieve, which is something I have a challenge with. They say you should take a moment each day to just grieve. Grieving mean like to take a picture, look at a picture, read something that the person wrote, listen to a voicemail, just something to interact with your loss so you can embrace your feelings. And me, I have trouble with that because it brings me a lot of pain. But it they say if you don't grieve, then you could be in the same state that you were, which is basically just trying to be at the point where you want to get out of bed each day, trying to get to the point where you just want to move forward. They say it can take, you could be at the same state 20 years later if you don't try to grieve every day. But yeah, she has difficulty with it. She has difficulty, I guess, learning to grieve because she's only 10. She's a child, and it's she's carrying a lot of pain. She's carrying a lot of pain. She had a very close relationship with her brother, so she's carrying a lot of pain.
I'm sorry for both of y'all loss, for your son and her older brother. They say no parents should have to birth their children.
Yes, it's definitely not something any parent wants to do. It's not feeling the pain can go to the point of so deep that it can be unbearable. And people just don't realize it, and it doesn't stop just after a day, a week, a year, 2 years. No, still continues on.
Do you have any inspiring words for someone who want to start their own business?
Well, I was looking at there was a woman on Instagram, and she I guess she gives motivational videos and so forth. And she had a video on there. She, kind of, I connected with it because she said when they say you can't do it, do it. They're going to say you can't do it, and that's what I heard. You can't do it. You're not going to be able to do it. How are you going to do it, work? How are you going to do it? You should take your time. No, and I just jumped out and I did it. I just said I'm going to do it. I jumped out and did it, and then I put my energy behind it. So if you want to start a business, find your idea, think about it, try to plan a little bit. I didn't plan as much, but I'm a motivated person, so I can move. And then don't give up. Do it. Keep doing it. Put your energy into it. Find your audience. Find your customers. Like if they say marketing, you have to find the need. So find your customers that have the need, and once you find the customers that have the need, go at them hard. I don't think I can hear you. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I was talking to somebody in the background. I had my own thing muted. That's all. I was listening to you though. I was
Oh,
telling her about I was doing an interview. That's all.
okay. Okay. So
But yeah,
they say it's need and demand. Find your the need and demand, and then go after it. That's my advice for somebody who wants to start a business. Find your customer, find your client,
your
go
boot,
hard.
your son boutique, is it a LLC or a escort?
LLC.
That's good. And you did all this and with the course of the same year or like a few years afterwards, meaning like you made it um register with the state.
With the state. Um, no, on the same year. I mean, you could go. There's so many. How can you put it? There's like so many companies. I mean, they'll jump on your phone, register here, register there, pay for this, pay for that. They jump on your phone. So it's like,
No, I was asking you when you started the business. I was asking you, did you make it a LLC right away, or you waited like a year or so? That's what I'm asking.
oh no, I didn't do it right away. No, I waited a little while.
That's good because I know it could take a while sometimes, just especially in your case because you was going through grief and things of that. So
Yeah, exactly. It's like if you it's only a requirement. I think if you're at like a certain amount, you're at a certain amount of income. So it was.
your boutique is y'all just online presence or y'all have a storefront also?
No, it's online, but then I do deliveries, meetups. I do connections through Instagram. So it's like I said, I do pop up shops. I'm actually doing a pop up shop on Saturday, April the 10th. It's going to be at 516 South Street at the cultural counter. That is a beautiful space. The space is large. There's going to be a couple other. There's going to be quite a few other vendors there, so it's going to be a nice Black business experience. There's going to be all kind of people there, from people who do body sculptures, women's and men's boutiques, clothing, bakers. People had some. One girl, I think she had like lemonade that she came out with. There's going to be a lot of businesses, all together. Doing our thing, putting our products out there. It's going to be given by Sabrina's Kitchen. Um, she has a restaurant. I'm taking out a catering business, so she's basically promoting it, and I think it's going to be a good turnout.
That's good. And you say your daughter, She acts and models.
Yeah, she's been modeling since 6 years old. I mean, she's been on commercials. She's been on Sprout, Gap ads. I mean, she did pretty lucrative earlier. With my son, since him, it hasn't been. We haven't been doing as much, not feeling as much up to it. But she just did it's a Google commercial. It's on they probably see it on Facebook where it's a Google small business commercial. She's actually on there, and it's I run a Google small business commercial because then I started a small business, and then just like different children on there explaining what kind of business they would come up with, and then she said she would have a chocolate rainbow factory. It's really cute. Yeah, she's we're I guess we're, how can I put it, have to get her energy back, and like she's still auditioning. Like she's auditioning for some, she auditioned for some pretty big stuff, a few movies, some stuff on Disney Junior, Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network. So she's becoming some big stuff has been coming across her desk. It's just a point of us getting actively back into it, like to see, with as far as because when you're in that business, you have to get your coaching and so forth. Have to get if you sometimes you need acting classes or so forth, but haven't had the energy to really get into it with what we were going through. She wanted to get in. I mean, there's things she wanted to do. She wanted to go back to ballet school. She wanted to learn piano, violin, flute. She wanted to learn all these instruments, and it's because like right now, it's a lot of time it's therapy, and then just get the energy to do all these things. We have to get back to it better. And then COVID has just shut everything down. That basically, like you said, put a monkey wrench on pretty much being able to do a lot. But I have to get to a place where I can get her back out to doing more, and getting into more activities so she can get to a better place. So,
How did you feel about the election?
Oh, I mean, people had a lot of opinions about Joe Biden or so forth, but I had to say it's the lesser of two evils. Some people actually thought that they wanted to have Trump back in office just because he gave them a little bit of money for a little bit of time. But that little bit of money he gave you got to think about what he did before that. You got to think about how he treated Mexicans, how he locked those children away from their parents. People forget about stuff like that. So it was like, I knew one thing for sure, two things for certain. We had to get him out of office, because if we didn't, somebody was going to throw a bomb on us, because every country was tired of us. Every country had a problem with us. Okay. Every nation. So it's like right now we're on I could say we're so far it seems like we are in a more, how can I put it, we could be more at ease, because you have to think about it. Every time we turn around, we were wondering if we were going to go to war, if we were going to get attacked by other countries. So we're past that. We don't have to watch our backs as far as that is concerned. So we're past that. But I don't know. I just have thoughts about this, the politics with this vaccine and how they use this new campaign to get this vaccine through. That's the only thing I could say with Trump, was that he wasn't letting them get that vaccine through. And now we're going to be into a different age, because are we going to be at a point where we can't travel if we don't get this vaccine, and we can't go places because we don't get this vaccine? I mean, I don't know. How do you feel about the vaccine?
I'm not taking it at all, because I don't,
Okay.
I don't trust no vaccine.
I mean, it's like they didn't. I mean, first of all, they're saying that after 60 days there haven't been any problem, but it hasn't been out 60 days. So what do you count? What are you counting from? The 60 days of the last person who had a problem, of the last person who died, of the last person who had a reaction? Second of all, you didn't even test. You didn't feel that it was animals were. Um, you felt. I guess they felt sorry for the animal. They cared more about the animal than they cared about us because they felt they were going to test it on animals. So if you don't want to give it to an animal, but you want to give it to a human. And then since when am I going to take anything from Bill Gates?
Never.
Like where's his medical degree? Where's his medical background?
He just rich.
Yeah, exactly. Just rich is not enough. Rich is not enough to
They
say.
they feel as though as rich people taking the vaccines, they feel as though that since they got the wealth, if something do go wrong, they could get the medical supplies that they would need.
No, they're not going to do anything. They're going to do the same as they do to the children in India and Africa that they experimented on. They're going to leave them to die. I mean,
No,
experience.
like you know how Biden he took the on live TV, he took the vaccine, but he has the resources. If something should go wrong, he could get immediate attention, medical attention,
Yeah. So that,
whereas other people would have to wait to get that kind of treatment.
but there's so many different things that were happening. Some people had plasma in their face. So what if he had the plasma in his face? He would be done. Okay, so it's like it's not something that he can just say, "Oh, I took the vaccine." Man, they probably gave him water because they were doing a lot of tricky stuff with those vaccines. I remember there was one. They caught it in the news. Caught it was hilarious. They took the vaccine and you see the guy's arm, but then you look at the needle and the needle was not going in the guy's arm. The needle was just getting pushed in the air with nothing in it. So it's there. I mean, it's too many. It's too many. How you say? It's too many tricks to this one. Too many tricks in it. Too much politics. And what it comes to in the end is that they're making money. You know, it's $1,500 for each vaccine, and then they want you to get it every you have to get it what twice, and then every 90 days. Like no,
They trying to force everything back open so they can open the economy open it back up more so.
they could have the economy could have been open if they didn't bring it over here. I mean, well, I mean, it was an all game. I mean, they made out. I'm mad. I didn't. I mean, I thought about it. And I'm mad. I didn't cash in with them. They made out. I mean, they caused they caused the pandemic. The stocks dropped. They bought all the stocks. They sold the stock. Then bought it all back. They make killings, and then the stock started appreciated again. They made out. The rich got richer. They said some of them made stock investments of a million here turned into triple that, a billion here turned into 11 million. I mean, they made out. They made out like fat spreads. And now they're going to make off this vaccine. They want to take it. They were saying when this was going, when it first started, all the major CEOs basically retired and sold their stocks. Like they knew what was going on. And at the end of the, and then the thing that comes down to it, and then when it comes down to it, it's like it's it's the black man who they want to come on. They were saying Bill Gates and his wife had the nerve to say, "Oh, we're going to give it to the black people first because Floyd had COVID when he was tested. He didn't die of COVID. He died of police brutality. So what does that have to do with the other one?" They just want to feed it to the masses. They want to feed it to the masses. I mean, they did mostly what they wanted to do. They wanted to reduce the population. They succeeded. They hit their mark. Okay, so why don't you just
They really did hit their mark because they also in doing so trying to give it to the minorities. They affected their own community more than they affected our community. Cause a lot of black people not taking the vaccine or
no, they affected our community when they were killing us in the hospitals, when they were killing the people in the hospitals, and they said people were coming in. I mean, this was nurses that were reporting it that Black minorities were going into the hospitals for a cold, for a cut, for this, for that, and they would put them in a room, put them in the same ward with COVID patients and expose them to COVID. Then they would die of COVID. Then they would put them on a respirator, and then kill them. A ventilator and kill them. They were basically killing people back to back because if you get 30,000, if you get a COVID patient, and if you get them on a ventilator, it's an automatic 15 extra thousand. They were just taking people out. So with that being said, and how many people that died from COVID, they made their mark. And I mean, if you think about it, most of the people who were not minorities that died, they were elderly. They were either elderly or they were ill, which were what they call the undesirables. The ill and the elderly, they're undesirable citizens. They want to keep the people who are alive, who are producers, who can bring to the economy, who can work, who can manage, who can make money. And the elderly and the sick, the weak, they're not able to make money. So what do they really offer? I mean, and I'm not saying it from my personal opinion. I'm saying this is from how they think and how they basically label us.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they got them out of here. They got them COVID. They put them on the ventilators. All those elderly people, they got them out of here. All that sick, they got them out of here. And now they want to cut and try to force this vaccine on people. I got my CMOS. Okay.
Yeah, I got my mom and my grandmom doing CMOS because
I make
natural is always better.
natural is always better. You CMOS, take your vitamins, and yeah, I got my CMOS. Anytime you feel like you're about to get sick, you feel anything, you take the CMOS, you actually feel the CMOS. Actually, it cleans you out. You actually feel the difference. I make my own. I made my own CMOS, and it really makes a difference. Do you take the CMOS yourself?
I drink it with tea and things of that sort.
Yeah, I think
Or or I drink it like I clean my water. I distill it first, then I put it through an alkaline pitcher thing.
Okay.
And after that, then I put some sea moss, and like when I fill my cup up, I put a spoonful of sea moss in there.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mix mine up with. I make a little drink every morning. Mix mine up. If I don't get a chance to, I know it's a little yucky, but I take 2 tablespoons of sea moss and just throw it back. It's better than getting sick, but if it makes you feel so much better, it really makes a difference.
Dr. Sebi said it himself. He said you don't need medicine to like you don't need these Western medicines to heal us. We just need herbs and plants to heal us.
Yeah. I mean, and I changed my diet. I guess what one thing COVID did do is made a lot of people change their diets. A lot of people got healthier. They started eating healthier. I I stopped eating meats, cut the meats out of my diet. I might eat a little lamb here, but I mostly seafood. Because for a while I went totally vegan, but only so many ways you can eat beans. I got tired of beans. But you got to get your protein. A lot of people, they want to jump into being vegan, and they don't realize if you don't get your protein, the effect of not having protein in your body, like you could really take it to takes like 6 months for your body to recover if you suffer from not having enough protein in your body. So you could really get sick. So how about you? Do you what is your diet?
I'm transitioning fully over to being a vegan, but my mom been a vegan for over 3 years now.
So you're transitioning. It's kind of hard, right? Because when you're hungry and you can't go to restaurants because it's like nothing to eat on the menu. It's kind of hard. That's why I had to bring seafood back. At least I can get fish. I could always get fish. I could always get shrimp.
Me and seafood don't get along. Like it don't agree with my stomach.
Oh yeah, so you could probably do better, but well, there are a lot of choices out there, and then with a lot of beans, I would make a like mushrooms. Mushrooms are a good choice. Protein, and you could actually compensate mushrooms for like different things. Like I would get the oyster mushrooms, and I would either fry them up like chicken, or I would fry them up like shrimp. I would take the mushrooms, the portobello mushrooms, and I would chop them up and season them up, put some onions on there, put them some bacon cheese on them, put them on a steak roll. Had me a cheesesteak, okay, and it was good. Okay.
Yeah, I know they use. I know mushrooms, and I'm guessing that's chickpeas or something like that.
Chickpeas,
That they,
yes.
that they use sometimes for like a type of meat or something.
Yeah, like a meat, and beyond meats are really good. Like the burgers are good. Italian sausages, oh my gosh, they're so good.
But we buy a lot of vegan products though, so
Not a big buck,
we
yes.
we fill the freezer up with them so we can have enough. Cause they be going. Cause you
Yes, you okay,
don't
especially at Whole Foods, okay. And but it costs so much money. My food bills just went up when COVID hit. Between the vitamins, the sea moss, and the vegan food, it was like $1,000 every couple. Like I say, $1,000 twice a week on just food and stuff. I mean, really, maybe sometimes even a week when you think about it, because you hit up Whole Foods and you gotta get the Whole Foods, then you gotta get the vegan products, and you gotta go to get the cheeses, because the cheeses and everything is higher. Then you get your vitamins, your sea moss, your honeys, everything. Staying healthy is high. Okay. Manuka honey is like $30 a jar. That only lasts you a week. Staying healthy is high. Okay.
they say health is wealth. So
Hope this world you get online, but it's not cheap. It's so about stimulus. That's what my stimulus want, the vitamins in it. Okay.
yeah. Is your daughter a vegan? Oh no.
Oh no, she's not going for it. She's not going for it. But I do get her. I get every so often. I try to. She won't eat the vegan hot dog. She won't eat different things. I try to. But what I did manage to do is like I'll sneak stuff in every now and again. Like the spaghetti. I use the spaghetti with the meatless ground. Put the garlic, the peppers in there. She never knows the difference. She tears it up. Never knows the difference. It's vegan food. The vegan meat you just have to cook a little longer. Kind of almost get like a slight burn to them to kind of give them like a texture. It just takes a little bit more, but yeah, she'll eat that. And I give her the Beyond burgers. I don't really give her beef burgers, but hot dogs I'll let those slide because she's not eating any other. She's not eating the vegan hot dogs. Actually like the vegan hot dogs. Have you ever tried them? The what are they? The light dogs.
No, I didn't ever try those. I tried the Italian vegan sausages.
Oh, yeah, from Beyond. Oh yeah, they're good, right? Get
Mm,
them with the pretzel roll from Whole Foods, which is a vegan roll. Cut up some peppers and onions on there. It was like you got your South Philly sausage. South Philly Italian sausage, so good. Uh, but no, the light bites are actually pretty good if you got to kind of burn them a little bit, put them on a cast iron pan and kind of roll them around a little bit, let it kind of get a burn to them. And then they're not bad. Put your ketchup and relish and onions on there. You really have a hot dog after that.
yeah, just I guess if somebody trying to become vegan, they just gotta take small steps and doing it.
You got to yes, it definitely takes small steps because it's a lot. It's hard. It's hard, and then people who jump in, they jump right in and they jump right back out because they can't figure out what to eat. It's so hard to try to figure out what to eat. I mean, as far as beans are concerned, but tacos came in handy. I would take tacos. I would take beets sometime and cook them in taco, season them. Just, fresh beets, cut them up, put them in taco seasoning, and kind of put those on a taco with avocado, peppers, and taco sauce, different types of sauces. So it's different things you can do. But like you said, it's definitely got to take baby steps getting into it, because it's like figuring out what to eat is like kind of hard. Have you ever there's a couple of restaurants I haven't had the opportunity to try them because of COVID, but there's one called Nutrition on South Street. Have you tried them?
No, no, I didn't get a chance to yet.
I heard they have a mushroom steak that's really good.
Because I'm trying to find a good Indian restaurant to start eating from, just to try some Indian food. Even though it would be spicy, I know it's not a lot of meat in it. It just they just have a
Yeah,
lot of spicy food.
they're allowed to get a lot of good curries. I think there's one in West Philly on Chestnut Street. I never went there, but I heard their food is pretty good. I'm trying to think. It's somewhere right along Chestnut Street. I can't place it. Somewhere around 38th Street, somewhere around that way. But if you're riding down there, you'll see it, because once you're riding down Chestnut Street, it's like the signs kind of sticks out. You'll see it, but just can't think exactly where it is. But I heard they're pretty good. Me myself, I did when I started. I would like make a lot of my own foods, because it was like it wasn't a lot to choose from. So I cook. So I make a lot of my own food, make my own recipes up. I took like beans and pressed them. I made burgers. I actually made a banana pudding, made sugar cookies, made a homemade vegan pudding, made the cookies, had some vegan whipped cream. I made a banana pudding. They were delicious. I mean, there's so many different things you could do, but it takes time. You got to have the time available to do it.
You can't jump right into it.
Yeah, no,
You might shock your system.
exactly. And then the only thing that I had to go back to meat, because I was eating like beans. I love navy beans anyway. I like to cook navy beans and put carrots in them, season them up with carrots, pepper seeds, um, onions, and I like to make and peppers, and I like to make bean soup as well, the traditional Muslim way. So it was the bean soup was easy, but it's just with the beans, eating the beans all day, you get so gassy. I had to go back. I'm a woman. I can't be gassy. It's not cute. Okay. It's not a good look. All right. So I had to go back to eat. And I said, no, I have to put the seafood back in, because I can't keep eating all these beans. It's just not going to work. Okay.
Yeah. Can you tell the audience where they can find at you and your business at on social media?
You could definitely find me on Instagram at Christian Love Boutique. That's ChristianLove, and then of course boutique. You can also go find me on Google Christian Love Boutique, and you'll find me right there on Google. My site will pull up. I actually you have to go through. I guess a lot of businesses don't know this, because I don't see them on Google, but you have to go through Google and you have to get approval. So I got my Google approval. So when you Google me, I pop up.
That's good.
And find me, check me out, see what I got. I got some great items coming in. Ladies, if you like to look sexy, if you just want to be cute, whatever look you got, I got you. I got it. I got it for you. Got some very original looks. You're probably going to find a lot of my things, or you probably don't see them in other places, because I try to be careful what I pick out. I try not to. I mean, some stuff you have to get some the same because people are looking for it, but I try to get pieces that everybody doesn't have, because I like to be original, so that they can, get to see, different original pieces and so forth. So check me out. I got some nice stuff for you. Got huge selection of things coming in for the spring and summer, and I'm ready to dress you. Come see me.
when people order from your your boutique, they had to DM you, or you have like a phone service where they could like call in if they need to.
Minute. No, I don't have a phone service. No, they would actually they can actually order right from. I don't have a website. I would prefer people to order from the website, but people are, traditional. They like to DM me first and say they want to get this or get that. But you can actually order if you order online. I actually deliver 1 to 3 days priority shipping. I have my labels right here, so I just pop them in. Contact UPS, they could USPS, so they can come pick them up, and you can order online. You can DM me. I do meetups. I do consulting. I do styling. So if you need some ideas of which way to go, I love to style women and tell them which way to go, what would look great for their body type. I mean, I'm here.
That's good. Well, thank you for doing the interview with me today. Appreciate it.
Thank you. And I'm gonna shout you out as well. If you can see me on my Instagram, because I am gonna shout you out on my Instagram as well. Oh, and I believe in sharing the love and spreading the love. So I promote a lot of businesses without even request. Like if I see something or I see another business that I like, I post it in my story so other people can see it, because I feel if we share the message, other people see it, and they'll that will have them visit your business or check your business out. So I do promoting of other businesses all the time. So if you can hit me on I guess DM, and then I'm going to go ahead and post your I'm going to post your podcast as well as post that I did the interview today.
Oh well.
Please try not to do my ugly side and don't edit me. Don't edit me to look like what did he say? Bear Girls Club, because I'm not. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you for interviewing me.
Thank you for coming.
And good luck with your vegan journey. Thank you. All
Thank
right. You're welcome. All right, bye-bye.